What's going on, guys? It's Daniel driving off here, aka Human Car Sounds. We've got Project Lynn. We're at Unique Automotive with Uncle.
Jesus is my friend. Jesus is a friend of mine. I have a friend in Jesus. Jesus is a friend of mine.
So Peyton's already started working on the car, so he's taken off the exhaust. So you were right, Uncle? I just thought because it was, you know, all quiet and that's what it sounded like, you know, on the load, it's just... But yeah, we got an exhaust leak.
Yeah, you know, you got twins, mate. It don't sound like that. It's twins. Right?
So we'll get that all patched up. Look, Uncle, it's a drag car now, no exhaust.
Yeah, don't need it.
Dump pipe is off. The whole exhaust system is off, including the tail shaft. And now the rear end is about to come off. And Uncle is super excited about this. What do you reckon, guys? Just a nice little screamer here. So the engine's been out, now we got the rear end coming out. Jeez, that's a chunky diff.
Elephant's ears.
Got grease.
That's from the drive shaft.
Yeah.
And there's oil coming out of the seals back here on both sides. Yeah. Drive shaft's got grease coming out.
So it was leaking anyway, yeah?
Yeah. So
Diff seals were leaking as they were?
Yeah, we're in there, it's leaking. You can see inside, behind there.
Yeah.
So while you do that, you might as well just do these.
Another build of, oh yeah, while you're there we might as well do that.
Yeah. Should have bought a Skyline. You would have built engines and that's it. They don't break diffs. Stock diff. Over 1,000 horsepower stock diff.
R200 diffs, eh?
That's it. Everybody's using them.
You reckon anybody's converted any of these to an R200 diff? Let's say you had an NA SZ. So it can be done. Or is it better just to go like a, I don't know, what's the other upgrade?
9 inch.
9 inch.
9 inch abundant. You can pick any ratio you want.
Short, tall.
Yeah.
That's mad.
We'll be happy if you putting a Nissan diff in a Toyota.
Or a Barra motor in a Supra.
Why not? You missed out on Saturday with a Barra S15.
So we're gonna have to go inside and pull that apart. Courtney has sourced me the rubbers here. I don't know if you guys have ever seen my car in person, maybe at a car show or whatever. But this is really annoying, especially that the car got resprayed last year. So we get new rubbers for the outside of the window. Also trying to source, where is it? This is not a standard OEM rubber. So I need to get a new one of them, and also the, what is it, Uncle? The metal plate underneath?
Metal plate?
Yeah.
Oh yes, that's right. There's an aluminium bit that goes there, which is you're missing.
Yep, we need to get that as well. Uncle doesn't know where his 10 mil is.
I'm looking for 10 mil. I found it.
Because somebody decided to glue the window to the dash. We had to source another used dash.
It's alright. It's something that we didn't expect, but
hey, at least we got one.
Happens.
We got one.
Yes. Luckily that we found one. Otherwise I would have to modify a Nissan GTR dash to go in this.
That's the whole reason you buy one of these, Uncle.
What?
The dash, look at it. Uncle's like, yeah, whatever. Supra fanboy.
Yeah, Supra. Who actually drives a Supra anyway?
And unsubscribe. So what exactly is the selector seal, Uncle?
It's from the back of the gearbox.
Yep.
It's a seal.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what we're changing, and the output shaft seal.
Yep.
As well. Yep. There's 2 seals.
And what happens, like when you change them? Does it change better in gears, or is
no,
it just
stops the oil from coming out.
Oh, okay.
That's all it does.
I've noticed these gearboxes are very clunky.
Yep.
Especially when you're sitting at idle and you know you got to put it in first, you're about to take off and you just hear boom.
Yeah, that clunk is actually coming from your diff.
So it's a very common thing
Your
in
diff,
the Getrag.
your worn drive shafts, things like that over time.
Yeah.
You've got a lot of movement and every bit adds up and then it's the whole drivetrain is loose.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's an easy fix with money.
Which we don't have.
This is why I don't wear rubber. It's just way too hard, you know. It's too much work. Wow, look at the size of this thing. Look at that. I've never seen anything that big before.
What fell?
The pin. There we go. That's what I'm trying to get out. This little pin. There we go. Okay, there's a seal in there. Right in there.
Yep.
That's the one. And there's another one behind here.
Uncle, you sure you don't use any of these tools at home?
Actually, you know, this one I do. Court, you remember this tool, Court? You probably doesn't remember it. She was asleep. So now we're going to clean the whole thing. I mean, do you go to the toilet and not wipe your bum?
Sometimes. As per usual, Uncle's just touching up that box.
I love to lube this box. Keep it clean before I go in. Look at that, like I bought one, mate. Like I bought one.
Yeah, how much are they going for these days, Uncle?
That's if you can find them, Uncle.
It's sad, isn't it?
Everything's overrated these days. No money, no funny. No dough, no go. Too much oil coming out? No. Okay, good. There's a seal.
So which one's you? Hang on, it's just blurring out. There we go. All right, go for it.
That's the speedo gear.
Yep.
The plastic gear, and behind the here, see this gear here?
Yep.
Yep. You change this if you're gonna go to a different diff ratio. You need to pull this out.
Yep.
And put a new one to this. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So would you apply this if you were, let's say, doing a 6-speed conversion?
Yeah. Well, if you're gonna go from RZ or SZRs and RZ, the difference is these two things, the gear ratios. That's it. So your speedo will be incorrect. So when you do conversion, you ask whether the box came out of an SZR or is it an RZ. That's where the difference is.
Oh, there you go. So you think it's exactly the same, but it's not. Is that to compensate for the different diff?
Yeah, different diff ratios. That way your speedo will read correctly.
And how off are they mostly? The SZ, like if you do the conversion, let's say from a
it's at least
SZR
10 Ks,
to a...
at least 10 Ks off. Yeah.
Oh,
There's
wow.
other ways we can get around it by using a converter box.
Yep.
And we can recalibrate that signal.
Yep.
Or we can do that. The reason why we put sealant onto the seal is that way when we slide it in, it acts as a loop, so it slides in easily without, so it won't damage the seal and it won't cut the rubber. And once it's in there, then the sealant will actually dry up and seal it. And before we do that, we have to put Vaseline around here as well. Yeah, so the seal slides in easily. And on initial runs, it's already lubricated, so the rubber lasts longer. My favorite, Vaseline. Me and the boys love this.
Not a sponsored product. And should last all those 7 grand launches, eh, Uncle?
Mate, this thing only revs to 6.5.
Oh, sorry, wrong car, not a GTR.
Yeah. There you go.
Brand new second hand.
Brand new second hand. Now we're gonna have to get some fine paper. 1500.
Yep.
Bit of light oil on the surface here where the seal runs. You gotta clean this up. See, get it smooth again.
And what's on there? Is it just grime?
Grime,
Just...
a bit of rust, things like that.
Yeah.
And we just clean it so that way, because the seal runs onto this.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if it's not clean, then it can leak. The preload. The shim goes on as is.
So the preload's just been put on, yeah?
Yep, preload shim's been put on.
Yep.
Okay, now I had Vaseline inside there, and that will touch this as we drive. So the rubber is actually lubricated. It's not it's not run dry until the oil gets up. Yeah, like that. I'll put that on first, make it easier for myself. Pins in, lock it.
What's your opinion on a sequential on a Supra? I think it looks weird.
What?
A
Sequential?
sequential setup on a Supra. I don't know. On a Skyline, it looks pretty cool, but on a Supra, I don't know.
Looks fine to me.
I don't know.
How awesome is that? I'll be just slamming the gears all day long just for the heck of it. All back in.
Wonder if reverse is gonna work better.
It's in reverse.
Alright guys, so a couple of months ago I got my car regassed. Shout out to Dan Air, I'll put a link down for his services. So we regassed the aircon on the Supra because that's one thing I need. I must have aircon. While he was checking on the system, he realized that I don't have the accessory fan for the aircon, and I've been driving it without it this whole time. So that's another thing that we're gonna try and achieve today, but Uncle was telling me that there is no, what is that, Uncle? A bolt underneath because it's an aftermarket radiator?
Oh, of the fan switch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So because I've got a Koyo Rad, there's no fan switch at the bottom, so we'll have to work around that later. Oh, and also we did find a little leak at the bottom that we don't know if it's actually the condenser or maybe just one of the seals for the aircon unit, so that's another thing. Like always, we always find things while we're doing this. You're usually pretty close to Uncle, why aren't you today?
He farted.
He farted.
Badly.
It's alright, it's organic.
A lot.
Something wrong with the wires, Uncle?
Yeah, I gotta make an adapter because on the harness over there, it's cut. It's been cut.
Yep. So how does the accessory fan work, Uncle? When you turn the aircon on, yeah?
When the radiator gets hot, then that fan comes on automatically. Just run before we...
I'll press your butt.
Huh?
Huh?
What?
What?
You can't talk to me like that. Do you know who I am?
Do you know who I know?
Buddy, I'm gonna need your help. Buddy, can you hold the fan? I'm gonna stick it on the battery.
Hold the fan?
This is not that fan. Put your finger there, so that way when it spins... Trying to get that to contact.
Courtney's like, can you keep it on
I like
for the whole
it.
day?
Yep, I'm gonna check that works first.
It's really hot here.
See how it's orange?
Yeah.
Look, it doesn't work.
So-
Press it again.